cute. Hi, Kay.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Morning. Clarence.
Hello, Ellie.
Hi.
Kay, Clarence, Jim. Kay, would you assist with some lighting energy?
I will. We light this candle in recognition of and appreciation for the Christ light within each of us and the presence of the divine in our gathering.
Thank you. Well, let's jump over here and I'll share a couple of slides with you. We have Dancing with Desire and Detachment. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Last week I put a call out for those who want to participate in our Unity virtual development. That is the development of ministry in the virtual environment. I've just labeled that Unity virtual for ease of labeling. And so that's going to happen at 6 o'clock. And for those of you who want to participate in that, just drop me a note in chat or send me an email so that I can give you a link to a document that I put together. It's kind of a starting place so that we all have something to discuss and move forward with. So I'll send you those links before tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. In fact, I'll send them to you this afternoon so you have some time to look at it. And then Mondays with Ted. Last week we had an interesting conversation with a TED Talk that was presented by Jonathan Haidt, H-A-I-D-T. He's a social psychologist, has some interesting things to say about where our belief structure comes from, the foundation of our worldviews, and talked about 5 primary areas. Anyway, that is coming up. For those of you who have received the newsletter, you'll find that there is a link to that TED Talk. And the reason I included the link was for 2 reasons. Number one, it's interesting. And number 2, I found another TED Talk by the same fellow that has to do with healing in our society. And how do we heal the polarities that are in our society? Then coming up on Wednesday, we have prayer and meditation. Friday, thank God it's fellowship, TGIF. And okay, so with that, Doug, if you could give us some music. Thank you, Doug. And our affirmation for Living Water Unity, if you want to share with your microphone open, it'll be a cacophonous sound, but acknowledges our presence. So together, please. Living Water Unity is a thriving spiritual community inspired to embrace and share our abundant good now. I'm empowered to share living by expressing God.
I am empowered to joyfully live by expressing God.
And who would like to share the daily word with us this morning? See if I can move our images out so you can see the whole line down. There we go. Okay. Just step right up and read that if you would.
I'll do it, David, if you like.
Wonderful.
Today is Sunday, October 11th, 2020. Today's word is prosperity. I am prosperous as I enjoy my daily blessings. I am comfortable with the person I see in the mirror as I begin my day. I am filled with energy and enthusiasm for my work, my recreation, time with family or friends, or time for learning and reflections. My gratitude grows throughout the day as I take part in activities I enjoy and spend time with people I care about. As I prepare for sleep, I am grateful for the blessings of the day well lived. More than money or possessions, prosperity is an awareness of well-being, my ability to enjoy simple blessings. I strengthen my prosperity consciousness as I bless and appreciate my home, my friends and family, and my work. I increase the flow of abundance by sharing my time, talents, and treasure in service to others. Today's scripture is from Psalm 23:6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long.
Thank you. And our affirming prayer. To recap, the affirming prayer is shared. This is being shared among many ministries across the world. Its purpose is to bring us back into that awareness that oh, above all, God is present, even in the face of all of the difficulties that we individually might be facing. But upon completion of this affirming prayer, I will be asking for any contributed prayers. And each prayer we will hold individually in consciousness in this vessel of unconditional love, not with any intention of fixing or correcting anything, but rather allowing the person and the situation to be exposed to this unconditional love that we offer. And right action, right evolution of that circumstance will arise. So as we each offer those individual prayers, we will hold those in consciousness, and I will complete that holding with "and so it is," and we have the next offered prayer. So as we acknowledge that each and every place where we are, each place that we are in physical location, each place that we are in time is a sacred place. As Moses was requested, take off the shoes from your feet because where you are standing is holy ground. And so it is that in this holy ground, we know that God is a love that has no end and a power that knows no bounds. God's healing power of divine life is restoring, healing, and revitalizing our world in this very moment. We let go of any fears or anxieties, and we affirm that all are safe, healthy, and protected. We bless all those who support us in maintaining vibrant, radiant health. We express divine life in all we think, say, and do. And we bless our global family with radiant health, peace of mind, and abundant love. And singly, individually, if you would offer your prayers.
David, this is Chris. Just a note
We can't hear you very well. We can hear everyone else. I don't know if anyone else is having that difficulty.
Thank you. We were experimenting with mic location. How is that? Is that better?
That's better.
It's
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Not better. No.
Okay. All right. So we. All right. So your contributed prayers, please.
This is Pam. Continued health and strength for my dad, and his name is Dan. Thanks.
And for Dan.
This is Doris.
One moment, Doris. Hang on. And so it is. Doris, go ahead.
I would like prayers again for my nephew Jeremy, who tomorrow or Tuesday will be receiving his last dose of chemotherapy for an aggressive form of cancer. Prayers for his strength and his healing, and strength and comfort for his wife and 3 children.
And so it is.
For my friend, go ahead. No, go ahead. For my friend Nancy back east, who will be going through a stem cell transplant this week for her lymphoma, and hoping that she doesn't feel too many untoward side effects and that it is a successful procedure, bringing her closer to a cure.
And her name again, I'm sorry, Carol.
Nancy.
Nancy, thank you. And so it is.
I'd like to share with you a meditation I received for all people. I was told this is who I am, who all are. I am all love. I am all light. God is within, the little me without. Layer by layer, I let go of me, going within, I find who I am. Dimly at first, but brighter I grow, the light from within I finally show. I am the silent center in me. Open myself and see the real me. That's for everyone.
Thank you, Bert. I'd like to offer a prayer for our friend John Call, who underwent heart surgery back on the 1st of October, for continued recovery and building strength, vitality. And so it is. For our frontline workers, healthcare, distribution, all across the spectrum of people that are out there doing what they need to do. We hold them in the light and seeing them protected. And so it is.
for all of us as we fill out our ballots that we just got in the mail yesterday or will be receiving Tuesday. Please hold all of us in good thoughts that we make right decisions and move our country in a better direction.
And so it is. For the firefighters that continue to battle these persistent blazes all across the West, here in Colorado, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Idaho, Montana, seeing them protected, seeing them energized. And so it is.
I'm going to offer prayers for the people who are participating in the vaccine trials, for their protection from ill effects, and just grateful that they're out there doing it.
And so it is. Are there any other prayers that you would like to contribute?
I'd like to ask for a peaceful, successful election.
And so it is. Are there any other prayers that you would like to offer? For all the prayers unspoken, for all of those who are in need of strength and clarity in their day-to-day lives, for all those that are feeling lonely, feeling without love, without connection, holding them in the light of God, in the love of God, seeing them embraced, lifted. For all of this, we give thanks. And so it is that together we say, Amen.
Amen.
David, you are still fairly mute. You're still not loud enough.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just talk louder. How's that be? All right. Well, what I'd like to do is to navigate this little guy. Y'all doing okay? Yes? All right.
Yes, your sound is better. Thank you.
Okay. I'll keep my sound in the upper volume level. All right. Let me share with you. Let's see. I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. There it is. Okay. Da 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 da. One of my favorite artists is not visible on my screen right now. Where did she go? I asked her to be patient, but well, okay, we'll do it this way. Pardon me while I navigate back to her. That's not it. Well, this is silly.
That's what I get for congratulating everybody with their virtual know-how.
Don't go there. Just don't go there. There he is. All right. So why is that not present? Okay. Thank you. What can you see on the screen right now?
You.
Me. All right.
And the rest of them.
Now, I see all of us right now.
That's good. That's good. It's all right. So. Oh, I just love this. You know, things were going so well. I guess I need to be detached from outcome here.
All my fault, I jinxed you.
I am absolutely going to share a screen here. I know I am.
We'll pray for you.
Thank you. That must have done it.
I am dreaming. You can't stop me. People pull me all directions. Good intentions manifesting with my blessing. My new direction certain. Through with guessing. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. Waves are crashing. Winds are blowing. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. Sweet as sunshine, flowing down like rain. Possibilities, you know my name. After the blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. After the blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. I'm setting them free. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams.
Still haven't figured out what went wrong there, but apparently that came through. Did it come through?
Yes.
Okay, good. That would have been unfortunate if it had been 5 minutes and 28 seconds of dead air. All right, so um, dancing with desire and detachment. Last week we talked about we talked last week we talked about the experience in the hallway. That is when one door of life closes and the other door, the next phase of life, is not apparent. We're still sequestered in that hallway, and during that time, we're called upon for courage, for patience, that we are able to withstand that uncertainty in the hallway. Um, and oftentimes we have the idea, well, gosh, I don't know what I want. I don't know where I want to go from this point. And that might be part of the issue. That might be what our sequestering in the hallway is all about. But desire is a part and parcel of our lives. It's what one could say it's the motive force of our achievements. Um, and whether that's at the civilization level, or it's on the personal level. If we go back to the dawning of civilization, based upon what we know from the archaeological evidence, um, the dawning of civilization occurred based upon a desire of the greater community to have more, to be safer, to have a better life, and the organization into civilization was our means of doing that. And certainly, civilization has had its ups and downs in terms of achieving the prosperity, achieving the better life. But I think we can all agree that without civilization, life would be much harder. And the desire of the greater community to organize to achieve that is largely responsible for that. Um, and then on a personal level, desire seems to precede our achievement. There are some times when things just fall into our laps without our knowing that we desired it. But by and large, the achievements that we are that come are the result of our focused desire to make that happen. Even our third principle of unity says that thoughts held in mind manifest in our experience. Thoughts held in mind manifest in our experience. That's a powerful um, that's a powerful principle, one that indeed gives us tools, a very specific tool that when we choose the thoughts that we think, then our life will follow along in that direction. Not necessarily immediately, not necessarily in the form that we envision, but there is movement in that direction. And the challenge that we have is that when we have desires that are so connected, so welded to our specific form of outcome, that we are subject to disappointment and some would say unhappiness. And that's really the question: is what is our achievement? Um, what is our objective? Is it to achieve all of those things that we desire, or is it to achieve happiness? And those are not necessarily, I mean, one could argue, well, if I get everything that I desire, then I will be happy. But um, the literature is uh, uh, liberally scattered with stories of those who achieve all they desire but are still unhappy. So I ask you to think deeply about what it is that you really, really want. Is it happiness? And if it is happiness, then there may be a different way to achieve it than to the getting of our desires. So, in the Secrets of a Bulletproof Spirit, uh, Gillian and Cosima talk about the importance of having a resilient consciousness or a resilient spirit. They talk about uh, their own experiences. Gillian was having, she was in 6 months of her pregnancy um, when she aborted. She didn't actually abort, but the fetus died, and so she had to carry it to term. Um, and Charisma had a 20-year-old son that was the sparkle of his life, that was murdered by senseless gun violence perpetrated by a gang member who was out for his initiation, or at least out to kill somebody. And he found his son, and he was, quote, successful um, in his achievement. But in the wake of that, in both cases, there was a devastation to their respective lives. So, in the light of that devastation, they chose to turn that energy not into a destruction of their own life, but rather to turn that energy to achieving something that is uh, that that was a desire of theirs, and that desire was to help those who are experiencing similar kinds of experiences to make it through, to see that there is life on the other side of that destruction. So when we respond to the disappointments in our lives, whether they be mild inconveniences or they are life-changing effects, those disappointments have a tendency to destroy our happiness. Is that necessary? Um, when you say that well, if I achieve all that I desire, I'll be happy. That really places the burden of your own happiness on the effects of that out there. That is, the activity of the world has the adverse effect of either granting or not granting your happiness. But isn't that backwards? I mean, isn't our happiness all dependent upon what we do, what what is interior to us? That really is the key to ensuring that our desires are not specifically attached to our happiness. The outcome of our desires do not dictate whether we are happy or not. Um, Buddha spoke of the um, of life as suffering. That actually is, according to a Buddhist teacher. He was also a teacher in ministerial school. Robert Brummett uh, spoke of that as being a mistranslation. The more accurate translation is one that life is off-centeredness. Well. Let me share with you those four noble truths. The first noble truth is the world is comprised of off-centeredness, out of harmony or suffering. The cause of living out of harmony is attachment to outcome or desire. The prescription is the release of attachment, and the release of attachment is through the Eightfold Path. Now, if we dwell just a moment on this, Buddha is saying that all of this is an interior experience. All of this is an interior activity. He talks about the Eightfold Path as having the right view, the right perspective. He's about having the right intention, about having the right speech. Let your words be a reflection of your inner experience. Right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right focus. All of this being a right perspective in our in how we approach our life. So if we are looking then the at the great truths that are offered to us by these teachers of yore, if we bring those teachings into our day-to-day lives, we can recognize that if our desire is, if what we want to achieve is happiness, then we need to separate ourselves from the outcome of our desires, because if the outcome is not what we anticipate, what we expect, then it is cause for that disappointment, whatever level, whatever degree of disappointment we're talking about. So if we're looking at that tension between desire and detachment, it is not that we have to let go of our desire. We can still have our desire. We can still want to see our children be successful. We can still want to see that life is without stress. We can still envision that house on the mountaintop, or that fast car, or that wonderful relationship. Those are all motivating energies to allow us to move in that direction. And the problem then is the outcome matching what our expectations were? Indeed, the detachment is about letting go of that outcome, not divorcing ourselves from it, but rather to see it from a different perspective, to put our desires in a different perspective. And there is indeed there's a quote that is offered to us by Jillian that is oops, that's hang on just a second. There it is. I pulled up the wrong PowerPoint when I switched screens. So in The Secrets of the Bulletproof Spirit, detachment is not really the absence of anything. It is the presence in your mind and heart of willingness to place your personal desires within the context of the highest possible good. Detachment is not about letting go and divorcing, but rather it's about putting those desires into the context of the higher good. I love that. I love that consideration that we're not talking about the we're saying I'm no longer desiring that. We can still hold that desire, but put it in the context of the higher good. Put it in the context of the greater life. Put it in the context of all of your relationships, of all of your experiences. What is going to provide me with that awareness that we are connected, that our lives are not independent. We're not individual islands, but we are part of that greater network of consciousness. And as we allow our desires to be put in the context of that, we are opening ourselves to the release of disappointment arising from those unmet expectations. We're allowing ourselves to let our happiness uh, uh, be nurtured by the awareness of the greater, and that context could be a specific relationship, or that context could be a community, or that context, the greater could be that connection with all that is conscious. Um, so desires are a strong motivating energy. They're powerful. They're useful. They allow us to direct our lives. And as we allow those desires to be in the context of the greater good, then happiness is independent of the outcome of those desires. So this process of letting go and letting God is a, is not about saying, I don't want to have anything to do with those desires, but rather I am letting my desires unfold in the context of the greater good. So I'd like to take us into a meditation here, and in the meditation, this will be a meditation that is um, more oriented to how we approach these desires. Let's let ourselves be present in the awareness, in this time, in this space, where we are right now in our lives. We are enmeshed in our desires. Even if our desires is only, if our desire is only peace of mind. But even if our desire is just peace of mind, and we find disturbance in our lives, we can be disappointed. So allowing whatever desires we have to be put in the context of the greater good, feel how that allows the burden to be lifted from our shoulders. It is not essential to our happiness that the desire is fulfilled, but it is essential to our happiness that we are releasing ourselves from those expectations, that we're taking away the power of the outer world to affect our happiness. We're allowing this sense of detachment to undergird, to permeate, to embrace this network of desires that we have. So I'd like to ask you to think about what is your most prominent, dominant desire right now. What is that desire that rises above all of the others? And I'd like you to think about what your expectation is. Be honest with yourself. What is your expectation of that desire? And how will that expectation be demonstrating fulfillment? What does that expectation look like if it is fulfilled? Now think about all of the things that have to be in place, that have to be achieved in order for that expectation to be fulfilled. And notice how many of those things are not within your control. Now step back and look at the desire again. Just the desire, not the expectations of fulfillment, but the desire itself. How can you put that into the context of the greater good, of your relationships, of your consciousness? What does that desire, how does that desire relate to that greater good? Now step back from that and just hold that desire, hold that greater good in this vessel of unconditional love. See that desire in the context of its achievement contributing to the greater good. Now imagine that desire being fulfilled in the context of the greater good. Seeing the effects of that achievement on your relationships, on your peace of mind, on your sense of contribution to your relationships, to your community, to society. Envision that fulfillment, but envision it with the embrace of this unconditional love. See this unconditional love permeating all aspects of that desire in the process of its fulfillment. And notice that when you do that, when you are allowing that desire to unfold in the context or in the presence of this unconditional love, that your experience in that moment, in that envisioning, is unconditional love. Notice that in envisioning that fulfillment, that you're not attached to outcome, but rather you are in the experience of unconditional love. And that unconditional love in that moment becomes your highest desire. That unconditional love, there's no expectations of that because it is already being experienced. That desire will evolve as appropriate for the greater good. And all of this has come about because you chose the intention of serving the greater good. Think about the power of that choice. Think about how you individually have contributed to that greater good. Rest in that achievement. Rest in that realization. Indeed, you are a child of the Most High. Indeed, you are the vessel of God's love here in this moment. Indeed, you are the executor of that love. And remembering it is not your love, but God's love that is flowing through you in this unconditional expression. You are a powerful being. You are, in this moment, God in expression. Is there anything more important to you right now? And so it is. As we allow ourselves to come back into this time and into this space, let us come back with some music from our friend Karen Drucker, and we will see that. Yes, we will.
All is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest,
How are you doing? All right. Well, let's have our blessing of our offerings. If you'd like to make an offering, you can do so by going to our chat box. In our chat box, there's a link to our offering page, tinyurl.com/LWU donate. All right. Together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I trust in God. And Kay, if you would, do the honors.
As we prepare to release our circle and extinguish this flame, we honor the divine light it represents, and we carry that light within us into the world to protect us, to illuminate us, and to guide our actions.
Thank you. And Doug, if you would, our closing benediction. God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your patience with my Zoom expertise, or lack thereof.
I thank you for a wonderfully inspiring talk.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Say that's your number one top one that you've given so far, so.
Oh,